Hey, Dr. Karen Can here with another little micro training on LifeWave tips and tricks. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this little patch, phototherapy patch called SP6 Complete. Now, the original patch was actually a positively charged patch. This is more of a negatively charged patch. And both patches are designed to help balance the hypothalamus, which is a gland inside the brain. And the hypothalamus is in charge of a lot of different hormones and hormone signals. So what's really interesting about this patch is that it helps you get more energy without, caffeine. It works differently from the energy enhancer patches, which is also a phototherapy patch from the same company. And a lot of people use this patch for cravings and overeating. Now, I didn't really think that I had an overeating problem. Years ago, when I was recovering from adrenal fatigue and fibromyalgia, I really noticed a exacerbation of some symptoms that I had when I was younger, and that was having to eat every 2 hours or so. I always had food all over the place. I had it in my purse, my backpack, my car. I mean, I had food stashed anywhere because if my blood sugar would drop, I would just go like headachy and horrible. It would feel just awful. So when this patch was invented, I thought, well, I don't overeat, but I'll just try it. So when I tried this patch, what was really interesting was that I noticed that my blood sugar, instead of going yo-yoing up and down, up and down, up and down during the day, and then me dropping and getting hungry or hangry, as some people call it, I started having kind of stable blood sugars. And so even if I did miss a meal or delayed meal, I didn't totally crash. And I thought, that's really interesting. So on some level, whether I don't know if it was insulin or something else, but on some level, I had more even blood sugars. My energy was more even, so I didn't go through these crashes. So this little patch is very, very helpful. Even for me, even though I wasn't overeating, it was really helpful for me not to suddenly have to eat like a lot of food. Now, my friend and fellow distributor, Mary Perry, has released 38 pounds with the patches. She started with the X39, then soon after started with the SP6 Complete, and she did definitely have sugar cravings. So she noticed that the cravings, were very, very easily controlled with this patch. And I'm going to show you 2 locations where you can put this patch, well, 3 really, that may be really helpful. And so with the decrease in sugar, she just started naturally eating better. And the nice thing about the X39, which is the stem cell enhancing patches, it does help to increase vitality and energy on some level. So having more vitality, having more energy, the SP6 helping with more energy, people generally feel better, and they don't have to reach for food necessarily as that, that reptilian brain goes, need food, got to survive, go eat sugar, sugar's fast, sugar's fast energy. So there's some sort of pattern in our brains or in our psyche that's what we need. When we're hungry, we reach for the sugar. So in this case, she was able to release 38 pounds without really, concentrating on doing other sort of weight loss things. So there's 2 cases. One, somebody who does crave sugar, and myself, somebody who does not crave sugar. I'm more of like the salty type. I'm more likely to, reach for a bag of chips than I am to reach for candy or cake or ice cream or anything like that. So let me show you some of the most effective points for this patch. Now you can wear this patch with some of the other light phototherapy patches that LifeWave has. So this often will go in the center line or the left side of the body for best effect. So I'm going to share my screen and show you one of the spots that you can put it in. So on the left side of your body, spleen 6, and it's called SP6 Complete, the patch. So it's named after this point. So spleen 6 is this point that is on your leg, and if you're a woman, this might be actually a little bit sore. So if you measure 4 finger widths above the top part of that inside ankle bone, so you look at the top part of the ankle bone where the top of the heel is, and you make 4 finger widths up, the point is right there, and it's just behind the tibia. So if you feel the edge of the bone of the tibia, it's just back of that, and just poke around until you find a sore spot. And that's the great place to use it. You can use it during the night, during the day. If you have cravings, definitely during the day. If you go low blood sugar at night, try it at night. See if that helps that particular symptom. I don't know if it will or not, but if you're like me, it might really help. Now, the other space or place I want to show you, which may be really helpful as well, is the spot that is on the arm. So on your wrist, okay, on the wrist, there's the lung channel goes on the inside of this wrist here. But if you go and you like pretend you're shaking hands with someone, if you go on top, it's hard to show on the camera here. If you go on top here, okay, on the top of the bone, okay, there's a point kind of where this little nubbin of bone sticks out on your radius bone, okay? It's close to the point called Tian Wei. So this is a Chinese word for an acupuncture point that is really helpful for addictions or cravings. So this is, we call it the addiction point because Tian Wei is really hard to spell. So it's on, you have one on each side, but in this case, since this is a left-sided patch, you're actually going to put the patch. This is how I do it. I take the crease, okay, where it bends. I put the edge of the patch just underneath that so it doesn't bother me when I'm using my hands, right? And then I just put it right there. So that's what it would look like. It's hard to tell on the camera here. Let me see if I'll put a little piece of tape, see if that helps to show you where this point is without my other hand in the way. Basically, if you have that intention of that's the point you want and you get close enough to it, it's good enough. There you go. So there is the point. Okay. Again, it's easier to show you on top, right? So Tian Wei, addiction point. If you happen to have other patches, such those that are positively charged patches like glutathione or Eon or even X39, you could actually match the point on the right side. So you can put the X39, Eon, or glutathione on the right, put the SB6 complete on the left. Now you have a matching set, and that helps to amplify the energy. But even just one single patch is good enough to get you that that appetite decrease or that craving decrease. So the third spot I want to show you is really just right below your belly button. I guess you can't really see that, but anyway, so right below, if this is my belly button right here, so just an inch below the belly button, okay, that's a Dantian point. That is CV6, conception vessel 6. So that's also a really good point because it's a nice energy point for the body, helps to support the energy system, or the Dantian in Chinese medicine. So those are 3 points you can use with the SB6 that are super, super helpful for many, many people for symptoms of cravings, overeating, or appetite. And I notice that honestly, I don't think I overeat, but honestly, when I have the patch on, I notice I can do really hard workouts and not be reaching for the snacks all day, you know, because sometimes I do a really, really hard workout and then I'll start reaching for this snack or that snack and that kind of thing. Sometimes healthy snacks, sometimes less than healthy snacks, like chips. But I just notice that I feel full and I don't really need to eat as often. So I just notice myself not pulling snacks out of the cupboard. So I will usually use this patch multiple times a week, maybe 3 times a week. I'm currently experimenting with some other patches, so have not been using it for about a week, and I started noticing me snacking more and more and more. So I started using it again. So I just started using it again today, I think. Yeah, so I'll probably be using it every day or every other day during the week, taking a break on the weekends, and just seeing how my system feels with that. So try it out. Let me know how that feels for you. Please comment below this video. Let me know what your results are, and I'll talk to you next time on the next training. Bye for now. All right. Have a great night, day.